Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm showing you my 2026 high school makeup routine as a senior. This is an everyday look that I think everyone could try, and it's simple, quick, and easy. 10 minutes. It is lovely and I love it so much. So I hope you enjoy, and let's get started. Alrighty, so let's get started. The first thing that I try to remember to do every day but sometimes forget is primer. I use the NYX Face Glue Primer. It looks just like this. Just put it in like 3 main spots, so my forehead and then my cheeks. And I use my hands to rub it in. This is all after I've done my skincare. I figured that everyone has their own skincare routine, so I just wasn't gonna show mine. I have this very fancy fan that my mom got me for Christmas, and honestly I use it to just speed up the process of everything drying because it can take a while, but this is supposed to be kind of like sticky. So next, for my foundation, I want it to be very light and not heavy, so I use the Lumi Glotion. And I really like this. My cousin introduced me to this. This is by L'Oreal. And again, I just do the 3 main spots. So forehead, my cheeks, and then I do it on my chin a little bit too and just rub it in there. This I do also use my hands to rub it in at first, just to spread it around, because I feel like I'm just smacking my face if I use a beauty blender to do this, and it's not ideal. So just rub it in, but obviously it's not like fully blended, so I just use this brush. It is a flat contour brush, and I'm not sure what brand this is. I think my sister got this for me, but it is definitely like a little darker just because it's not summer anymore. I bought this around prom time when we were trying out prom makeup, and this is actually the same one I've had since last May. When I'm doing my makeup, I'm also blind because I don't have my glasses on or contacts in, so I'm just kind of like going with the blur. But my next step is Mary Kay Perfecting Contour. I don't know where the logo is or if it will ever focus. There you go. And this was from my mom. I've had this forever, but I just put it right under my eyes just to get my dark spots, and then a little on my chin and forehead. I'm not really sure why I do that. I think I just saw it in a tutorial one time and decided that I'm just gonna do this. So these are the 4 spots. I put my contour, and then I take a beauty blender and I take my spray bottle, and this is just what I use to get my beauty blender wet. But I also let my concealer sit, so this is just gonna chill for a second while I put on my contour. I do liquid products first, and then I move to my powder products. So for my liquid contour, I use the e.l.f. Halo Glow Contour in the Fair Light shade. This is what she looks like. For my contour, I put it on my forehead right here, on the sides, just a little dot, and then mostly right here and on the bottom of my chin. So this is what my face is looking like. Super cute. Then I take my beauty blender that I got wet and just dab it all in, literally just in the area around it, spread it out a little bit. Now that my contour is all mostly blended, I'm going to go in with my liquid blush, which is again the e.l.f. Halo Glow in the shade Rose You Slay, I think? Rose. I don't know how to say it, but this is what it is. Blush is super simple. It's literally just right here and right here. And I take this same beauty blender and I'll go ahead and blend that in just around my cheeks as a first layer, because I do blush and contour / bronzer twice. So now that's all in. This stuff usually looks a little messy because she's not all cleared up yet, but this is what it is. Now I'm going to blend in my concealer and just use this again and dab it all in. Just dab continually all over your face with it. And I will again use this flat contour brush and just kind of brush in everything just to make sure it did get blended in. Now that I'm done with all of my cream liquid products, I'm going to go in with my powdered products. And the first is my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Maru Butter Bronzer, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Then I change what brush I'm using finally, and I use this pink brush. I'm not sure again what brand it is, I'm just very helpful, but just a brush that looks like this, anything that has a little fluff at the bottom. And I just take it, and I'm very sparing, is that what it is? Use it sparingly. I just go on my forehead at the very top, and I try to brush it in a little bit to blend it. And then I do go along the sides just to kind of reinforce what I did with my contour, and I just know it gives me a little bit more color to my face. It does look a little cray-cray sometimes before I go fully blend it in again, but I think I'm just gonna leave it like that because I still have to do blush. Next I have this blush compact. I'm not sure really what it's from. The bottom says True Color Blush Classic Aura, so I'm not sure exactly if that's like the brand or not, but this is what I use. She's very cute, and I just kind of get a bunch on it, and I end up like shaking all of it off anyway, but put that just on my cheeks to fill in the color a little bit, and it does look a little rosy red for a minute. But I will also take some and put it in my forehead, top of my forehead, and because I look crazy, I then go in again with my flat contour brush, and I will just blend everything in with it. It's more aggressive than just like a beauty blender, and just kind of smushes everything together into my skin, which I love because it takes less time. Now that my main base is all on, I have everything put on there, it's time for final touch-ups. So my concealer usually is a little more obvious and just bright, so I use this Mary Kay powder in the shade Ivory 0.5. This is a little lighter than the one I usually use. It's kind of like bright pink. Oh my god, I just almost dumped it all. But it's kind of bright pink. And for the brush, I use this base shadow brush. I'll just dip a little bit on here, tap it off, and I'll put it right under my eye, and it's kind of a little much, but then she just blends right in. I do the same thing on my other eye, and then if I have any big outstanding acne that I don't want to be seen, I'll just use this. I'll put, like I have a pimple right here, I'd put concealer and a little bit of this on top to hide it, but I really don't care about hiding acne as much. Like today I covered this because I thought it was going to turn into some massive huge pimple while I was at school, but acne is normal, so I don't feel the need to just like cover everything up all the time because it's going to be there, and it's just better not to put pounds and pounds of makeup on a pimple. Now that my concealer powder is all done, I go in next with my Mary Kay translucent powder. She is also from my mom. I think I just stole my mom's whole makeup routine with stuff she doesn't use. And this is what I use as my setting setting powder. And this is what I use. I actually love Mary Kay's products. And this is where I go in with a powder puff. My cousin gave me this one because she used it when she did my prom makeup. And this is the Pearl Benefits Pure Benefits powder puff. Can't read right now because I can't see. And I'll just take this powder and I go like this right on my under my cheekbones. I don't really know what this is called. I just kind of do whatever. I followed a few makeup tutorials and put it all together, so this is what I do. And I'll put some on my chin and then also my smile lines, just so my makeup doesn't come off there either. and the forehead crease right here, because when you go like that, you don't want your makeup to move. And then sometimes under my eyes, again, just to set that in. And then you just let this sit and look like crazy for a second. While this sits and just settles on your face, next we do eyebrows and lashes, and I kind of do these whenever during my makeup. This is usually the best point, but sometimes it's better to do your eyebrows before everything else. It really just depends on the day and what I'm feeling, but recently I've been doing it at the end of my makeup. For my eyebrows, I use the NYX Brow Glue. I just restocked on her literally yesterday. This should be focusing. Okay. It's a clear one. I don't do anything with color because I just am not the greatest at doing my eyebrows. I kind of just do whatever makes them look presentable. I try to get a little bit of like an arc here, but nothing too wild. And they never look the same, but it's okay. So as long as they look like sisters, it's fine. They're not gonna be twins. That's just how it's gonna be. After eyebrows, it is lashes time. So first I curl my lashes. This is a little purple lash curler that my mom got me. I think it was in my stocking for Christmas last year. So again, could not tell you where this is from, but they have really good ones at Target and Walmart and literally anywhere for cheap. So you don't need a very fancy one. For mascaras, I have two that I use, and it really depends on the day. So a basic mascara that you can use whenever that really works for me is Maybelline Lash Sensational. And this is just a good everyday mascara if you want like very basic but effective, and the wand is curved a little bit too, which is nice. The other mascara that I'll use more often, just because I feel like it lasts, well, it does last actually forever. So it's the Essence Lash Princess. And I really love this for a long day if you want to last at school, the school air, like actually perfect. But it is really, really hard to get off. It's actually impossible. And even after removing all my makeup, I'll get out of the shower and there's like bags of mascara. So it does work, and I love that. So I'm gonna curl my eyelashes and then put one of these on. It's really hard to focus while I'm doing this, but I'm trying to entertain. I'm gonna go in with this one just to make my lashes look pretty again. But this one is a flat wand, and I just go over it. Sometimes I'll do both mascaras, but you don't really need a lot. I end up doing like 2 layers just because I'll put more on one eye on accident. And then of course after, because I get it all over my eyes, I will go in with a Q-tip and touch it up. This is what the lashes look like now. Now, after this has been sitting on your face for a few minutes, you get to finally blend it in. I use this massive brush. It's called, oh, it's a powder brush. Perfect. So this is a powder brush. It's huge. So I'll just go in and brush everything off after it's sat for a minute. And then this is what you're left with. Sometimes when I'm feeling a little extra fancy, I'll take my contour, or I keep calling this contour, this bronzer, but you'll take your bronzer and use a small brush, whichever one you can find, and use it for some eyeshadow. Just to add a little color. It's not like incredibly notable. Oh my god. It's not incredibly noticeable, but it does help tie everything in together, just like the colors. So I like doing that sometimes to be a little extra fancy. The last step is my favorite because you're finally done, and it is setting powder. No, it's not. The last step is setting spray, and I use the NYX Face Glue setting spray. This is what it looks like. And I literally take this and just go crazy because you want this to stay all day. Just got some right in my eyeball. So I'll do this a little bit, let it dry, but also my handy dandy fan. I definitely recommend getting yourself one of these. You can probably find it at the dollar store, but just to let your lashes set too, because they are usually wet after 2. And then voila, you're done with your makeup, and it literally takes me 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes every day. Like, I can get this done so fast. This is so great for school, and it lasts the majority of the day too. Yes, makeup, like when you're putting your hands on your face, like I sit like this all day, so sometimes my makeup on my cheeks will come off, but if it didn't, this would last me all day, and I love it so much. Like, and it's simple, quick, and easy. You know, school is exhausting, so you want to feel put together but not take hours and hours to do so. I also do add a little chapstick. I'm not a big lip gloss girly because I drink so much water and I don't want it all over my water bottle, so that's for special occasions. But this is my 2026 everyday makeup routine. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and I hope there were some helpful tips that you can use for your makeup. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys very soon. Love ya!